Welcome back, and thank you for joining me for another episode of Lost Horror Media. And today we're going to delve into the shadowy world of a silent film that vanished into thin air. Tod Browning's 1927 masterpiece, London After Midnight.
You don't want to die of...
The inside.
Or simply rip his head off.
Okay, before we begin, where do you stand in the Stu Mucker is alive debate? Is it Stu lives, or is it Stu is dead? Well, you can show your support by clicking on the link in this video description, going over to our merchandise store, and buying a shirt that is inspired by our conversations on previous videos. So go ahead and take a look at that and various other designs that are out there, and be sure to pick up a t-shirt or a hoodie or sweatpants or a magnet. Whatever your heart desires. And if there's something there that you want that I don't have, let me know. Reach out to me in the comments or shoot me a message on Facebook at Nerdbox, and I'll go ahead and get that design for you. Anyway, let's talk about this eerie tale penned by Browning himself and featuring the legendary Lon Chaney, which promised a chilling exploration of hypnosis and the dark corners of London's underbelly. But there's a real shocker here. The film itself is largely lost due to time and an explosion at the MGM studio. Just a handful of stills remain, taunting us with glimpses of what could have been a horror classic. So let's unearth the chilling mystery of London After Midnight and what the hell happened to it. For those of you who are not up on your horror history, London After Midnight is about Sir Roger Belfort, the head of a luxurious mansion. He's found dead alongside with a suicide note. Professor Edward Burke, played by Lon Chaney, is placed in charge of investigating the incident. Sir James Hamlin, Belfort's neighbor, was the last to see him alive. Naturally, Burke questions him and Belfort's butler, Williams. His questioning leads him to suspect Arthur Hibbs, Hamlin's nephew. 5 years later, the Hamlin residents witness strange lights coming from within the now forsaken Belfort mansion, before realizing a new tenant has taken up residence there. A vampiric figure of a man wearing a beaver felt top hat with long hair and sharp teeth. Professor Burke is once again drawn to the house to investigate the stories of a vampire residing within. Unbeknownst to the others, the man is actually Burke in disguise. With the use of hypnosis and a fake setup for vampires, Burke tricks Hamlin into revealing that he was the one who murdered Sir Roger Belfort 5 years before. The December 11th premiere of London After Midnight at New York City's Capitol Theater ran for 65 minutes. Critics had found that the acting was forgettable and predicted that the film's success would solely rest on the star power of Lon Chaney, who wasn't your typical Hollywood leading man back in the 20s. Nicknamed the Man of 1,000 Faces, he wasn't afraid to get grotesque. This silent film legend became famous for his terrifying transformations and hauntingly beautiful performances in horror classics like Hunchback of Notre Dame and, of course, Phantom of the Opera. The movie achieved moderate popularity, and despite its disappearance, Chaney's chilling portrayal of the old man has secured his place as being a horror icon, influencing characters like Dracula and even the 2014 Babadook. So how did this film become a part of the Lost Horror Media iceberg? Well, the only known copy of London After Midnight resided in the vaults of the MGM studios, but rumors had swirled about its destruction in a fire and when that actually occurred. Before the discovery of an article in the Evening Vanguard, a local Venice, California newspaper, dated August 11, 1965, in which the article reports of a devastating explosion on MGM Lot 1 the previous day. The explosion resulted in a complete collapse of a concrete film storage vault. Thankfully, no one was reported as being injured, but unfortunately the article did not cover or provide an estimate of any of the materials that were lost in that explosion. Now, prior to this article's discovery, it was previously believed that the film may have been destroyed in a fire on May 13, 1967. However, in an interview with Rudy Behlmer in 2015, who worked at MGM during that relevant period, he shed some further light on the situation. Behlmer recounted witnessing the explosion on his way to work in 1965. The day itself is a little fuzzy on him, but he also states that if the copy of the film was truly destroyed in a fire on May 13th in 1967, he would not have been working. It was a Saturday, it was the weekend, and he was off. The complete film is thought to have been lost forever in that fire back in 1965, while countless nitrate frames, production photos, snippets of connecting footage, and even a full script survive. No known complete version of this film exists. And despite the fire's devastation, film enthusiasts haven't given up hope. Renowned filmmaker and archivist Rick Schmidlin embarked on a project to reconstruct the lost film. Using over 200 surviving stills and the completed script, he meticulously pieced together a glimpse of what the movie once was. Schmidlin's reconstruction, essentially a film slideshow, breathes new life into the lost film, and composer Robert Israel crafted an original score to further enhance the experience. This reconstruction premiered on Turner Classic Movies in 2002 as part of their tribute to the actor Lon Chaney, and can also be found on the Lon Chaney Collection DVD set. While the reconstruction offers a valuable window into lost film, it does serve as a stark reminder about how fragile cinema history is and the countless number of films that have undoubtedly been lost over time, leaving behind just mere fragments that sometimes can be pieced together to present something. Now, have you seen London After Midnight? Me, honestly, I can't remember when's the last time I saw this. Probably when I was a kid, and I watched far more black and white horror films than I do today. So I'll have to go back and take a look at that again, especially since NECA has released a London After Midnight figure, which I am definitely going to add and pop into my cabinet with the Universal Monsters. So let me know what you think of this video and our other videos in regards to Lost Horror Media. Is there anything that you know out there that is a part of this iceberg that you would want to see me cover in the future? Drop it in the comments. And if you haven't done so yet, please drop a like on this video. I implore you to, because our YouTube algorithm has changed. So just because you may like seeing my pretty face on camera and talking about these topics, if you don't drop a like on here or subscribe to the channel, you may only see it pop up once in a while, because it may pull you up icebergs on lost media that's not related to horror just because you watched this video. So please drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you have not. You don't have to hit that notification bell, because we'll be on your subscription list so you can watch us at any time. So go ahead, like and subscribe, and until the next episode, see ya.